So people saw my reaction to the out-of-context Rayman clips from the new Ubisoft crossover animated cyberpunk series Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, so I figured, yeah, maybe I should watch the show I'm talking about. That's gotta be one of the most insane openers to one of these things ever. Almost as insane as the show's opener.
You're free to work, as long as it's for eating. You're free to eat, as long
We're gonna have blue from the EDGIEST? Yeah, give it up.
These things give you brain cancer, right? Wait, okay, what do you want? My car? My money? Ah!
Actually, we want you.
Steel cage match on Saturday. Champion of the Eden Wrestling Federation, the Eden Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Revision is bullshit, and if you don't agree,
Pigs. Never not there when you don't need it. Dolph Laserhawk! You are in possession of stolen property. Your brain and body belong to Eden Tech Military.
Scan complete.
It's connected. Fuck. Can you hack into the system?
And wow, universal basic income is an idealist lie and it's gonna collapse in on itself. Interesting. That being said, this show is pretty funny political, so if you don't like those funny politics, then funny scram, but if you like animation, subtle allocations, yeah. Back to the opening. Wild how this is basically a criticism of itself because Ubisoft is a gaming company and it is pretty upfront that a lot of this show is not just a critique of society as a whole, from corruption to the economy, but of how Ubisoft was run for the past 10 years. I'm not super aware of all the deets, so you're gonna have to explain to me how good the Ubi commentary is. It transitions into Rayman Phoenix and I am just being shown not only how good the animation is, but voice acting and immersion, despite dropping a lot of info from the get-go. The way everything is shown immerses you into the genres. Anarchist news broadcasting takes over. Looks a lot like news broadcasting takeovers from Anarchist. The voice inflections of Rayman perfectly mimic a charismatic talk show host. Footage not found due to the unfortunate event that charismatic talk show hosts don't exist anymore. I gotta praise the framing devices making the exposition and transitions feel very natural. Have a world this complex, plus a little 1,000 or so crossovers, exposition dumps are almost inevitable, but most of the information at first feels conveyed pretty naturally, though it doesn't say that way. After showing us the Power Rangers, Eden world building and world subversion, propaganda tactics, and wrestling, it transitions into an angry man demanding to speak to the manager or else he'll fire them. So instead of Helen Keller, it's Maren Karen. So how far into the show do you think that was? 10 minutes? 15? 22? Few episodes? No, that was 2.5 minutes in. This is one of the fastest paced shows I've ever seen, and it gets a bit much. Especially since in this episode we are being shown a betrayal of the main character in real time and kind of expected to feel bad for the funny bear romance when they acted kissy with each other like 6 different times to interrupt the action and then betrayed each other. There's not enough time for all of this. I get it. You have a tight deadline. 6 episodes is a weirdly short series and there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the animation industry, but pacing is just way too fast and you just need an energy drink for this stuff. And speaking of an energy drink after it was thrown,
You know what the worst part of living in a fascist dystopian hellscape is? The shit they put on TV.
yeah, I might have jumped the gun with how good the exposition is. Anyway, so we meet our real protags, Bearman and Captain Laserhawk. It doesn't really matter what their actual names are because over-the-top anime sequence. Guys, do you like Teen Titans Go? No? Well, the night begins to shine, bitches. And after the title drop, a third into the episode, we're back to my boy. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Weirdest part of the show besides the breakneck pacing is the crossover aspect. It's not horrible, but no matter your perspective, it's not gonna work entirely well. Either you're distracted by how out of place and out of character the characters are, or you're distracted by weird looking characters coming in and out of the story in a blink of an eye that you don't recognize. So either you got people who could be replaced due to characterization being so different, or people who shouldn't be there in the first place. It's kind of weird. I mean, the characterization itself, it's done alright. I kind kind of understand where everyone's coming from, given how many there are. I'm gonna give praise. There's too much shit getting juggled right now, baby. I think the best part so far is the handling of the subject matter, but the art styles pretty well done as well. The commentary feels pretty natural since it's not breaking the story to have commentary. It is the story. That's how you do it, baby. But then after a kind of disappointing Ninja Gaiden, I think, sequence of Mr. Laserhawk beating the Power Rangers, betrayal happens. And after the betrayal, we're introduced to our new main characters. Blood Dragon, a frog Ezio, Jade. I actually recognize Jade from Beyond Good and Evil. Of all the Ubisoft things to recognize, I'm fucking weird. Yeah, that's all I recognize. And some other guys I'm not even gonna try to begin to understand. So, the frog burps up a plot convenient shiny reflection of the building they're inside from the outside without provocation. A woman comes in and says, "I'm your boss," and the wrestler guy just dies. What was the point of him? He was introduced and then died. I think he was an Ubisoft character. What was the point? I mean, at least just have him be fodder. Don't introduce him formally earlier. That's weird. That was just... that's a wild ride of an episode. The big criticism I heard of this show was that the pacing is too fast. And I'm usually pretty sympathetic towards fast pacing. My brain has been sufficiently rotten by TikTok and YouTube as a whole as of late. But oh my god, too much stuff happening this episode. The stuff that happened, I really do like though. Animation, good. A lot of potential with the characters, but we roll through them too quickly, and we roll through the plot too quickly to develop any tension when there is supposed to be drama happening. The humor, really good, but oh my golly goodness galore. To just put things in perspective in major characters, let me just try to name as many as I can. Head Revolutionary, Rayman, there's the wrestling guy who dies, the Niji 6, that's another 6 of them. Blood Dragon, the head cop, Blood Dragon's gay bear man. It's already like, it's 12, and that's in like the first couple minutes. There's the manager guy, and then there's the boss lady, and Beyond Good and Evil Jade, and her pig, and a couple of other wacky characters. And the goddamn frog, who is already the best character in the show. All of that with multiple plot lines going on at the same time, and we have a very good show. If it was, 22 episodes instead of 6, this is insane, dude. This is just too much. When it gets a chance to slow down, have an awesome action sequence, or maybe some slow plotting with the characters, it's at its best. But when it's just throwing stuff at you, he just needs to chill a bit, just a little bit. And the exposition gradually gets worse throughout the episode, with it being very good at showing in the first third, but by the end, it's just kind of characters explaining what's going on. This show is actually too much to binge. It's really fun so far. The writing for some of the story, pretty impressive. Propaganda is well done. Animation's gorgeous. Goddamn, we need to slow down, and that's what I'm gonna do. I was planning on reviewing this whole show in one go, but I think I can only milk it one episode at a time. So if you like animation, sub to allocations, and we'll see to the end of the show and see how it goes.